So here in the United States, we have a little bit of an issue. Okay. More so a massive crisis. And here's the reason why. Stores are now starting to ban consumers from paying with cash. Now, I've talked about this many times before, and a lot of people are speculating, saying that, no, this is completely false. This is not happening. It is happening, okay? Don't think for a second that the United States is above this. Don't think for a second that stores don't realize what is coming. We are now being conditioned in a way and positioned so that we are spending on a card. Whether it's a credit card, a debit card, a store card, doesn't matter. We are using a card to purchase anything, not cash. The reason why is because cash can't be tracked. Consumers can spend. The U.S. Government can't track you. That's one of the reasons why cash is starting to work its way out. But look at this. Target announces it will not accept these dollar bills starting in December. Target, Walmart, Costco, Dollar Tree. I've even found a couple Lowe's and Home Depot stores that don't accept certain forms of payment as well. Checks, obviously, but certain cash denominations. Yeah, I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on, but a warning from a banker. This is very interesting. Okay, so I'll explain all this in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoyed these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So if you think for a second that the United States is above discontinuing the use of dollar bills, whether it's $1, a $5, a $10, a $20, a $2 bill, or even $100, well, you're wrong. Many stores are now not accepting $100 bills. You walk in there and you try to pay with a $100 bill, they'll say, sorry, I can't accept that. Do you have something smaller? Oh yeah, I got 250s here. No, we don't accept 50s. We can only accept 20s and anything lower. Okay, I got $101 bills. Is that okay? Well, they're going to go through it. Look at this right here. It says goodbye to these bills. Target announces it will not accept these dollars starting in December. It says Target, alongside other stores, banks, and ATMs, will no longer accept certain bills. Find out which notes will be refused and why. Well, I want to read that to you. Look at this right here. It says, to bolster the security of the monetary system, the Bureau of Engraving, the Secret Service, and the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee have implemented an initiative to stop U.S. retailers, banks, and ATMs from accepting specific banknotes. Okay, well, which ones? Well, we'll get to that in just a second. Now, here's what you need to understand. The United States used to, and still does, have a banknote of $500, $1,000, $5,000, and $10,000. And guess what? All those bills are still legal tender to this day. But, and this is where you really need to understand kind of the history, the $100 bill was used and still used to this day to buy goods. The $500 bill, the $1,000, the $5,000, the $10,000 bill, those were primarily used between banks so that they are having bank transactions between one another. It was not made for the general public, okay? Even to this day, you can go on like a website like eBay, and you can buy a $500 US banknote. The crazy part is they are going, depending on if it's circulated or uncirculated and their condition, they're going for $1,400, $1,500 plus. So you can buy one, but again, you're going to spend about 3 times as much as its face value. Now, let's get right down to it. These are the bills. Okay, it says reports indicate that the dollar bills set to be rejected include those classified as mutilated, with cuts, damaged edges, and discoloration. This policy applies to stores and supermarkets such as Target, Walmart, Dollar Tree, Costco, and others. Now, here's what you need to understand. There's bills like this one, okay? You can see it right here, hopefully. Yeah, there you go. You can see right here, it's really wrinkled. The corners, they're kind of messed up, right? There's a little cut right here. That's what I actually put in there in the last video. But this would get rejected and has been rejected. But this bill right here would not get rejected. This one is in pretty good condition. Okay, straight, all the corners are there. There's only one little fold right here. That is it. Okay, it's in pretty good condition. That would be accepted. Well, here's the thing, and this is why I'm bringing this to your attention. How do you know? How do you tell the difference? How do you distinguish between a good bill, something that's not mutilated, versus something that is mutilated? That's the issue we're having. Now, I want to read you a couple comments. First, let me read you this one. This person says, I feel really bad for people this holiday season. Walmart has been denying the use of damaged bills for a little while now, and Target is following along. Other stores I have heard about doing the same thing are Dollar Tree and Costco, but as somebody in banking, I know what is coming. I know what is really coming. I get people every week that bring in a bunch of damaged bills for exchange, and they're smart for doing so. But there will come a time when even the banks will deny an exchange. So replace your bills while you still can. Okay. So a banker, it says somebody in banking, says replace your bills while you still can. Because eventually, something that is too mutilated, okay, too damaged, will not be accepted even by the banks. If I went to put this into an ATM machine, the ATM machine would spit it back out. Okay, it would not actually identify this bill. Now, I want to read you one other comment, and this is the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention today. Because Walmart and Target are already doing this. The Dollar Tree and Costco are doing this. I've seen Lowe's and Home Depot do the exact same thing. But listen to this person's comment. This person wrote to me and said, and I quote, okay, I have to tell you about my own personal experience with cash. Up until recently, I thought you were just blowing smoke about stores not accepting certain bills. But I was in Target this morning. I tried paying with 3 $20 bills, a $5 bill, and 3 ones. The girl at the register, who was probably 18 to 20 years old, said she couldn't take cash as she wasn't trained to identify real or fake bills, and she would prefer I use a card. I didn't take a card this morning, so this was all I had to pay with. She then called for a manager who took their time getting to the register, probably 5 to 10 minutes, and then the manager accepted 2 of my $20 bills and the 3 $1 bills. She said one of the 20s was discolored and she couldn't accept it, and the 5 had too many small tears and imperfections. She wasn't accepting that bill either. Yeah. So, let's touch on that for a second. So, this person went into a Target and tried to pay. The problem is the girl at the register, who this person says is probably 18 to 20 years old, she wasn't trained to identify real or fake bills. And so she called in a manager who took 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes on one transaction. Okay, the person said they took their time. Okay, well, here's the problem. And this is what I've told you before, and I talked about this, a few days ago when I was talking about, kind of the same thing, is how many rips or tears does it take to become mutilated? How many corners could be missing before it's deemed mutilated, right? How many folds or what kind of discoloration? Because you can see the difference between these 2 bills. Okay, look at those 2 bills. You can see the difference. But this is what I'm talking about. People have to be trained the same way. How do you identify that is discoloration between the 2? This is the problem, is we are all going to be looking at things differently. So certain stores will still accept cash, Other stores will not. That's the problem we're currently facing right now. But as this banker said, get in, exchange your money while you still can. So I will leave you with that. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.